we're here. Boston
No
Celtics, the
celebrations.
NBA champions, the 2024 NBA champions. Boston wins in 5. I told you. I told you after game 1 that this was what was going to happen, and
Yeah.
it's exactly what happened.
I wish I
Um,
knew the date stuff.
what do you mean?
The 617 thing. I wish I knew that a while ago. That wouldn't have
Oh,
changed anything, but
it
I
wouldn't
feel
have.
like I didn't hear about that until afterward. And then once I heard that, I was like, all right, well,
Well,
Monday's the day.
we knew. Yeah, we knew. We knew the way that Boston played in Game 4 was like, well, they didn't even try.
No,
They
yeah,
they didn't even try to win that game, and they come
no.
out, win Game 5, and I mean, there's not really much. I'm not gonna lie. I've been treating the NBA Finals as if they've been over for a few episodes now.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
yeah.
kind of just like like all right, like it's over now. Now
That happened, yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've had to hear about. I mean, it started before game 1 with how Boston was going to lose, or they were going to lose, and then after game 1, it was, oh, it's just game 1, and then after game 2, it was wait till we get to Dallas, and then they win in
Yep.
Dallas, and then it was, oh, whoa,
Then it was, maybe they can create the best comeback of all time. And,
yeah, no,
after game 3, it was, there was zilch. There was nothing left. There was nothing.
and there's really no excuse, and the sad thing is, and I know that I like jumped on the bandwagon too. The sad thing is this like well, I mean maybe it's a good and a bad thing, but it really exposed uh parts of Luka's game.
Yes.
And I'll stick to just Luka for now, but
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Kyrie another time, but
I don't know what I don't know what
Kyrie wasn't there, but
Kyrie just
Luka,
wasn't playing like Kyrie, to be honest with
no.
you.
But yeah, no, Luka definitely got exposed. I'll be honest. I don't watch again a lot of basketball, but the way that he played it was almost scared. The way that he was playing with, I couldn't do him leaning into these fouls all the time and just playing like, I don't know. He wasn't playing like a leader. He wasn't taking over games. He had not much the entire series.
Yeah,
He didn't look like Luka. I mean,
Luka.
after he got locked up game 1, it was scary.
I mean, yeah, he was relying on fouls. He was chucking up a bunch of fucking shots.
Yeah,
Obviously, the biggest thing is his lack of defense and
yeah,
just no defense being played whatsoever
0.
from him.
Yeah,
Now it could be a good thing. Could be something he comes back and works on and comes back from. But
hopefully we don't see Huka Doncic this
Luka
offseason.
Doncic is funny as shit.
I don't want Huka Doncic.
But I mean, I don't know. At the same time, he might not be a player that gives a fuck.
No, I mean, I doubt he will give a fuck. And I mean, this Celtics team showed that they were a way better all-around team. The Mavs are probably going to need to look at themselves and say, maybe we need something more. But at the same time, they put the work on a lot of teams in the playoffs and didn't show too much weakness until this series.
Celtics win number 18, Jaylen Brown,
Number
Finals
18.
MVP. Which I mean, I called
Could have
it.
gone to.
Not, I didn't call the MVP, but I'm saying I'm calling it now, and I had already called that the slander for Jason Tatum is going to go crazy for the next 24 to 48
Which is not,
hours.
Yeah.
Which makes zero sense. Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, I promise you, unless it's like Bleacher Report, like Jason Tatum celebrating, like it's going to be people online just shitting on Jason Tatum. And I'm sure anybody who picked Dallas to win, like on ESPN or any analyst, they're going to attack that narrative crazy that Jaylen Brown is the best player in the team. Which, I mean, look,
they've always been very close. It is a 1-2. Jason is still better, but Jaylen has had stretches where he's been a fucking great player, and this whole playoffs he's played great. But at the same time, it's like Jason didn't need, at least in this series, didn't need to be at the peak of his game. I I mean, he wasn't putting up stupid shots, but just nothing fell for him.
Yeah, I mean, he just
Really,
wasn't
the
hitting
entire
his
finals.
shots, really.
No.
Yeah, but and also, I see, and not to take anything from Jalen Brown, but I do think Tatum is the better player. And in terms of, I think Tatum has a better ceiling as a player,
Yes.
like what you
Yes.
can get out of him if he was his best on one night.
100%.
But I think you get a more consistent 80% Jalen Brown than
Yeah.
the crazy 100% Tatum nights. Like
Yeah.
I think that's what it was that really won him
His
that
dips
Finals
aren't as
MVP.
low.
Is yeah, he didn't dip too low. He didn't dip
No.
too high. He had him and Tatum shared the 30 burger. His was a lot more efficient, but
Yeah.
um I don't know. I don't like I was saying. We were saying that if Jalen Brown was going to get this contract, if he was going to get paid, it better be worth it.
Yeah.
And
Clearly
it's
is.
already been worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't. To be honest with you, they don't have to do anything else. It'd be cool. They can go on a run, go for a back to back. They can go
Sure.
and try to build some new dynasty.
I
But
mean, the way they talk about the thing is like no one talks about Jalen Brown the way he's not put in the same conversations that they put Tatum in. They talk
Mhm.
about Tatum in Kobe conversations, in LeBron conversations, like of who is like they were talking about how LeBron didn't win his first chip until fucking he was 28 or whatever. But Jalen Brown's not put in that conversation. He's a great player, but he's able to play that great because Tatum's also on the court,
yeah, and that's the thing. It's
and
not.
they're both able to play great because of that. But
Could Jalen Brown go to another team and be number one and put up even better stats? Sure, or average
maybe,
fucking 28, 30 points. Sure, but it's not his fault that he plays on a good team. It's not Tatum's fault that he doesn't have to put up 30 a night and
yeah,
he's on a good team. It's not their fault.
no,
Um, but I think Tatum's put in that conversation because people know
exactly,
what his ceiling can be.
exactly,
People
yeah,
people know what Tatum's max can be,
yeah,
and I mean Jalen Brown, what 25-5 was his average winning a Finals MVP. That's not the
yeah,
great. I mean, that's not.
no.
Let's be
I
real.
mean, LeBron averaged what 32 and 8 or some shit, maybe
Shit,
more,
LeBron,
32, 8 and 8 or whatever.
shit,
I don't know.
LeBron averaged like 39 and fucking 11 in 2015 when he lost, and when
Yeah,
he gave it
exactly.
to Iggy. I mean, shit. There's been some Finals performances that obviously are a lot more impressive than this, but that's gonna be another thing. It's gonna be Tatum. Tatum didn't win Finals MVP. Jalen Brown did, and Jalen Brown only had 25-5. So what does that say about Tatum? It's gonna be a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
Which I personally, I don't know. I don't really think it matters. 10 years down the line, when it comes to like those type of conversations, it don't matter then.
sure.
Like but for
Like
right
the way that
now,
like Steph Curry was talked about never having a Finals MVP,
yeah. But
but
see, even though Curry didn't get his Finals MVP until 2022, Curry was already Curry way before that.
exactly.
Tatum
Yeah,
doesn't have to be Curry,
no,
but I mean, I don't care who wins Finals MVP. A lot of people
no,
are going to care who won Finals MVP. But I don't know. I guess I mean I wanted to at some point talk about the top players and maybe throw them in a tier list or something along those lines. But I don't really have much else to say because I knew this was
it was
happening.
already here.
So
I mean, it was here after Game Two.
this was written in stone.
Um,
I mean, if you wanted to still believe in them after game two, sure. But then when they go up 3-0,
it was over then. Yeah, it
what are we
was
doing?
well over then. Well deserved. I mean, the whole team. Drew Holiday was a late addition this year. Derek White played his ass off. Fucking
Those
Peyton Pritchard hits a fucking half court buzzer beater.
those
Um, Porzingis was a huge addition to the team. I mean, it's not like they needed him to be where they are, but he definitely helped at least make them the. I mean, they were. I mean, we talk about the playoffs, but they were far and away the best team in the regular season, record wise at least.
hmm
Um, I mean, the best team in the regular season. But yeah, I mean, the way that the Celtics played, I think they could have done this to any team. I mean, we probably would have seen a better series against a few other Western Conference teams, but just the way that
And
Luka
matchup
and
wise,
Kyrie, yeah, matchup wise,
like
yes,
Denver probably would have been a bigger
yes,
problem.
yes. I mean,
Um,
because they're a more versatile team. They got guys like MPJ who can just bang down threes and go back and play defense.
and there
Um,
and the but I mean Boston would have handled Minnesota,
Boston would have handled Minnesota.
and
Yeah,
yeah, but I'll admit shit for most of the season it was like Boston, that's cool, it's cool what they're doing over there, but no team out the East is winning this year.
yeah, I know.
And once I looked at it, and I mean when we got to it, it was like, huh,
Yeah,
Boston's winning their 18th championship. They're actually gonna
convincingly.
do it convincingly.
And
Um,
Al Horford probably retiring after this.
which he should.
He should. He's had a
Um,
great career.
I mean, it's I'm not
Few
even gonna, you
national
know what?
championships.
I'm not even gonna say he should. I mean, if you want to fucking play again, go ahead,
Sure.
play. But like, you don't. I mean, bro, you
This
got.
is the perfect time to leave.
What's great about it is, it's he, he's old. He stayed around for a while, and he wasn't just on the roster.
Exactly.
Like this wasn't just I'm
This
playing.
isn't Udonis Haslam.
He
Is
was
that his name?
impactful. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
He was an impact. He was an
Yeah.
impact on that team.
He was a huge impact in 2022. I mean, he
I mean
was their big man.
he had to step up all playoffs once KP got hurt. So I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
KP has a ring. Holy shit.
KP has a ring. That's great.
Holy shit. KP has a ring. If you would have came back and
KP's
told
got a ring.
me like after everything that went down in New
After the
York,
Knicks shit, yeah.
it's like, yo, KP has a ring, and it's like, and he had some moments too. He had some
Yeah.
moments. But yeah, it's cool. I'm glad we're in this time where we got different teams winning.
Yeah.
Is this what? Is this 4 years in a row?
Yeah.
How did it go?
Well, no. So, I mean, it was Warriors, Raptors, Bubble, um, Bucks, Warriors, um, Nuggets, and then Celtics.
Okay, so since Toronto, the team hasn't went
Since
back to back.
yeah, no one's gone back to back since the Warriors.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that. I like
it's cool.
that. I like
I
that.
mean, we did get some not great finals, but I mean, it's we're spreading the love.
I think
I
this
do
year,
want to see a dominant team, though. I think that's always
I
fun.
I think next year, after watching the finals, and this could be recency bias, I think next year will be even better.
Yeah, but
I
what I
think
like about like all these younger players are that like they haven't moved teams yet to the point where they're now on super teams or all this shit. And like, I mean, this Celtics team was basically drafted, or at least they're two big guys and a lot of their other guys. Um, but yeah,
and the narratives
it'll be
for
fun.
next season. I mean, like you got these young guys, these young teams who are ready to knock the door down, and you got all these guys who don't have much time left, who
Yes,
these GMs need to do something to build around them,
yes, yeah.
and because their windows are
Because yeah,
closing.
pretty soon we're gonna start seeing KD not be a guy to build around anymore. He's gonna be a guy that you're gonna be just throwing him in the corner.
Damn,
You're gonna delegate the man to the corner.
damn. All
I
right,
mean, we're already seeing that with a, a good handful of players.
yeah, we are, but we won't shit on any more players. Let's
Not
talk.
shitting on them, but I mean, they're getting older. They're all fucking 35, 36 now. They're old.